Our next comic is Casey Judson. Casey Judson is comedy in motion. His unique sense of perspective allows him to spin comedy from the ordinary to the extraordinary. No pressure, Casey.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That was great. I enjoyed Jake. Although I will say that in comedy, I've been doing it like, I think almost 4 years. And there's, among many disappointments, the newest disappointment is finding out that Juggalo Jake is a fucking liberal. Get the fuck out of here. The one guy I thought would be like an ally or whatever they call it, a fucking ally. I hate that word anyways. So they treated the fucking liberals in comedy, treated Jake like shit for like 5 years. And he's like, I'm one of you. I'm on your team. Maybe I'm gonna lick some boots for a while while I'm up here. Or whatever they call it. No, I'm not gonna boot lick or nothing. But I was talking to a Korean friend of mine the other day. And he was like, I support Black Lives Matter because they're killing all the minorities. They're killing the blacks, they're killing Mexicans, and they're killing Japanese people. And I was like, they are not fucking killing Japanese people. White people will be quiet for, for Mexicans and blacks, but you're not taking third place. White people are third place in the murders by cops. We're not giving Asians fucking third place. Japanese people are like 12th place. They're below people from like Zimbabwe as far as people getting murdered. Whites are first place actually, but not proportionally. So we don't count. But even proportionally, we're third. You know what I mean? We're not behind every single minority. You know what I mean? I don't care what you read in the papers. It's not, you can read any account of it. Whites are third. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I guess we're a minority, right? I guess. Are we a minority? Since we're third, right? It doesn't fit. Oh no, it don't fit. You must have quit. Yeah, I like how we get killed and it like doesn't even get mentioned. I'm like, anyway, that don't matter. Don't matter. It's okay, I'm cool with not mattering, it's fine.
Good times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more. Hey, Jason's been doing some good necrophilia material.
Yes.
Which I enjoy. And, yeah, it's your specialty. Yeah.
Hello, Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you get me to like it, that means you're really hitting a broad demographic. So I had some. I mean, it brings up questions though. Necrophilia material, because I was thinking, if you're having sex with a dead girl who's an organ donor, are you allowed to like take an organ with you on the way out? On the way out of her, because you're fucking her, She's an organ donor. What does she care? You need a spleen? You just take a spleen on the way out. I'm sorry, I'm trying new jokes and they're not really polished, so I'm just, Anyway, yeah, I know. But this morning, I know it's bad. I woke up this morning and I had a really good joke that I was telling in my dreams. And I woke up and I told my girlfriend, I was like, oh shit, I just had this great joke and I gotta write it down before I forget it. And she was like, cool. Anyway, can you clean the cat boxes, And then I was like, yeah, I'll clean the cat boxes. And then anyway, we started talking and then I forgot to write the joke down. But, it was probably good. So, right? I don't have any kids, besides cats, but I have this friend who lives in my apartment complex, and he's 18, and whenever I go to my smoking area, and I want to be alone, so I'll sneak up there, and he'll just be sitting there in the dark, Like he's like waiting for me, and he's, hey Casey, what's going on, you know? And then he's always talking about the guy Jeffrey Epstein. You know about him? Everyone knows about Jeffrey Epstein.
Sex trafficking!
Yeah, he's a sex trafficker. He's the That's interesting you ask, because that's what he always asked me. He was like, I found a cigarette. He asked me,
Cigarette trafficking!
That's
Yeah.
your cigarette.
Jeffrey Epstein, yes, he sold children and cigarettes. That was his two main,
From a teenage girl!
that was his two main hustles.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated, right? Allegedly. He allegedly did that. It hasn't been, proven. No, it's been proven. Anyway, he asked me, he said, did you know that Jeffrey Epstein had an island called Pedophile Island? And then he was like, who do you think killed him? And I was like, I have no idea who killed him, but I think they should change the name of that island. Because that is going to affect tourism. You know what I mean? In fact, if you get like an airplane flight and you go to Pedophile Island, because you're like, I want to see some pedophiles in captivity, you know what I mean? And you get off the plane, and you're like, hey, we're the pedophiles, And then they're like, well, you're the pedophile? You know what I mean? Then they just go, right this way, sir, you're going to jail. You fucking pedophile. Yeah. The other day, my girlfriend's friend, Catherine, came by, who I like more than my girlfriend. She's cool. She brought her 3-year-old, who I do not like. I do not like her 3-year-old, because I just don't like 3-year-olds, And then my girlfriend and her, I heard them talking about, somehow they got into an abortion debate, and they were talking about whether a fetus is a person, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to avoid this, And then Catherine was like, hey, what do you think? And I was like, oh shit, I better say something. And then I was like, I'm the wrong guy to ask because I think abortion should be legal, but I also don't think your 3-year-old is a person. I don't know if that's any good or not. It's not bad, you shouldn't hate 3-year-olds. Hey, my friend, I shouldn't say his name. I wasn't gonna say his name, but he's not here, so fuck him, JD, this guy JD, he's got autism or whatever. Anyway, but he's always like getting mad at me, like screaming at me for like a fucking hour or whatever, because I won't do some fucking thing he wants, And then the next day he'll apologize, and he'll be like, I can't help it, I have autism. And I'll be like, well, I don't know why autism would stop you from using fucking duct tape. Just use duct tape like any other person, Or I'll do it for you next time. You know what I mean? It's hard to have sympathy for people with autism because it mimics the actual symptoms of just run-of-the-mill narcissism. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want to care, but you're being a fucking asshole, so, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope he dies. Yeah. He cheered for death. Bruce wants JD to die. I was just kidding, Bruce. Look at you, you're evil. You're evil. My girlfriend was pretty funny. I told her that joke. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You do the same shit to me. And I go, yeah, but I don't say I can't help myself. You told me I was full of shit. I can't help it. I need to talk to you constantly. Hey, I figured out something the other day. I figured out when I'm going to die. I went to Costco. And I saw a 42-pack of chapstick. And I was like, I will not make it through the end of that chapstick. What'll happen is they'll be like, Casey, 49-year-old failed comic Casey passed away yesterday, but his lips were very, very moist. He had very supple lips. And he died of a drug overdose in his car. It's cool if I died in my car, they'd be like, oh man, that's fucking sad. Look, he died. Oh shit, look, chapstick. Cherry flavor. You know where they'll be? They'll all be under the seat. You know how they always fall under there?
Under the seat.
Yeah, under the seat. That's right, old Jewish lady.
Yeah.
My new favorite heckler.
God, it's under the seat.
Are you gonna ever tell any jokes or anything?
I'm waiting.
Am I going to tell any jokes?
Burn.
Am I going to tell any jokes? All right. Okay, I got to close strong. Am I getting the? No, I'm not. All right.
Go strong.
Close strong. Ron Paul jokes. Those are big here. Everybody loves Ron Paul here. This one's kind of complicated, but I'll do my best. Okay, so my infamous girlfriend who I mentioned earlier, the other day on Sunday, I went to the store to buy breakfast for us, and I bought she said, what did you get? And I said, I bought a couple of pears. And she was like, oh, so you bought 4? You know? Get it? And then I was like, no, I bought a pear. And she was like, oh, so you bought 1? And I was like, no, I bought 2 pears. You can have half of what I bought. And she's like, no, I want a whole pear. And I just was like, here, take the fucking 2 pears I bought. And then she was like, oh, you bought 2. Why didn't you say so? I did. I said I bought a pear.
Whackity, schmackity,
All that for nothing. Yeah, man, it sounded so good. I thought I had a who's on first thing going for a while, you know?
You're on board.
I've been reading and watching a lot of political videos and books from the libertarian perspective. And the other day I watched this guy named Jeff Deist. He had an interesting thing where he talked about political narratives, about how the government designs political narratives. They actually design them for groups of people, and they actually design them like advertisers. They hire advertisers to like say the thing that you want to hear, you know? And they're very appealing. The people on the right do it, on Fox News do it, people on the left do it, and they just give us various narratives, and they just generate an industry of disagreement, you know what I mean? And then
Narratives.
yeah, narratives. And then she bought 4 pears.
How many? Is that 8 pairs?
Huh?
Is that 8?
Yeah, I know. It's 8 pears. No, I'm confused. But anyway, this guy Jeff Deist, he said, yeah. They make narratives, and then he went on. The rest of the speech was like an hour saying that America actually needs a divorce, you know, from each other. Instead of trying to work it out, we need to just divide up into different states. And then I was like, oh, he's right. I'm listening to this because I need a divorce. My timing was only off by like a minute and a half on that one. All right, I had a good time. Thanks. All right. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah,
You did it.
I finished.
You did it.
you made a thing happen.
12 chapsticks to go.
I'm doing my own. Look at that.